What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the economy. I want to show you, this is a retired couple. They were retired and they actually had to go back to work. So I want to show you their story. And this is happening all over the US. I mean, you have people who are now going back to work. And in this case, you have a gentleman who's 77. His wife, I think, is 66. And they're working. They're working part-time, but they're still working. And this is the new normal where people will retire, or they might retire and continue working part-time. So they're not fully retired. They still have to work because they don't have enough money to pay their bills. And so I'm going to show you guys this, but first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video. And if you're watching this video and you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. And once again, you guys can send me an email if you have a story to share. I have a lot of people sending me stories. I also have people sending me new video ideas. So if you want to send me a link to an article, link to a video, send me those links and then I can take a look at them and maybe we can do a video on those in the future. And also make sure you guys comment down below. I want to know how you guys feel about these different stories. So let's go ahead and play the clip and then we'll talk about it on the other end. Here we go.
This is certainly not part of Larry Gessick's retirement plan. The 77-year-old electrician by trade leaves at 5:30 a.m. and heads for his part-time job unloading trailers at a local supermarket in St. Petersburg, Florida for $14.75 an hour. His wife, Joyce, 66, prepares for her workday, making $14 an hour as a full-time legal administrator.
It's not really a retirement.
What is it?
It's working every day.
The Gessicks came out of retirement not because they wanted to, but because they had to, and are among the 11 million Americans, 1 in 5 over 65, who are still working.
It's hard, 77, still busting my butt.
So I call it the work, retire, repeat syndrome.
Labor economist Teresa Ghilarducci says work is the new retirement.
More than half of the people who are retired right now do not have enough money to be retired.
Who's to blame for all of this?
I blame policymakers who experimented with our retirement system 40 years ago, and they are not saying the experiment failed.
That experiment is what we know today as the 401k, named after part of a 1978 law that offered companies an alternative to the traditional pension plan.
The thought was that Americans just need a little bit of financial literacy and they can just save on their own.
But in fact, many of today's older workers were never taught enough about saving and investing for retirement.
I grew up on a farm. Nobody there instructed any of us to put money aside and make your own way later on down the road.
Whether you're past 65 like the Gessicks or almost their ages, there are a few rules of the road to keep in mind. Basically, everyone needs a plan. First, figure out when it's best to claim Social Security. Next, fund an emergency reserve. Still working? Set aside 6 to 12 months worth of living expenses. Already retired? Make it 1 to 2 years worth. And keep that reserve in a safe, easily accessible interest-bearing account. Like many working Americans, the Gessicks were more doers than savers. They drained their 401ks.
I think to us it felt more like a savings account than to focus on, I need to have this piled up to actually live on.
They have a mortgage, a car loan, and are paying down about $12,000 in other debt. But even with Social Security, some old pension funds, and their paychecks, money is tight. All these expenses and the debt pay down leaves you with very little money every month, right?
Yes.
How much is that?
$50.
Had the Gessicks waited to age 70 to claim Social Security, they would be collecting more. Can you look at a time where you feel like you can breathe a little more easily, or are you still under stress?
Yeah, it's stressful now, but I think we can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Getting there won't be easy. For Eye in America, Jill Schlesinger in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Wow, that's a very, very sad story. And this is happening all over the U.S. And what do the experts say? Like half of the people who are currently retired don't have enough money to live on. And you also saw him talking about 401k. What they didn't mention is before the 401k, a lot of people had pensions. And those pensions, that's for the rest of your life. So you're a little more secure if you're receiving a pension than if you have a 401k, because that money can run out. And in their case, the money ran out and now they had to go back to work. And I've been saying this for a little while now, and I have a pension right now. There are a lot of people that receive pensions. You're going to be a little bit better off because you have that pension. You know it's going to be there for the rest of your life. You can work another job if you want. In my case, I was able to retire at 50. So now I can continue working, paying into Social Security, and then I can collect Social Security on top of that. They just passed the Social Security Fairness Act, so that eliminated weapon GPO. So now I can receive my full Social Security benefits. And so this is a sad tale. You have people who they retire, they run out of their 401k, and then now they have to go back to work. And that gentleman, he was 77 years old. He actually looked very good for 77. He's 77 years old, and now he has to work. And I think they said he was unloading trucks or something crazy like that at 77. And then we're looking at the economy, we're looking at inflation, and things are more expensive. It's only going to get worse. And one more thing I want to talk about too, that expert was talking about who's to blame. And she was saying the government they haven't admitted that the 401k is just not working. It's not working for most people, because you have to think about, okay, I'm investing in my 401k. Maybe I need to invest here. Maybe I need to invest there. So you have to do some of this stuff on your own. Now, 401k could be automatic. You don't have to invest with that, but it's to your benefit to max out your 401k and then also have some other investments for retirement. And some people don't think about that. And some people don't have the funds to do that. So they can't put all of their money in investments because they have to live. They have to buy food. They have to pay rent, mortgage, all of that. So very interesting. I want to know what you guys think about this story. So let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. So that's all we have for this video. Make sure if you guys want to send me an email, you can do that, david@thetecshow.com. Like the video, subscribe for more, and check out these videos over here for some more great content. Talk to you later. Bye.